Hi guys, today we'll be talking about a V35 Bonanza door pop that I had when I was going from Leeward Air Ranch to Daytona. I had a friend in the right front seat of the airplane and a friend in the right back seat of the airplane. The friend in the back seat was a CFI and the friend in the front seat was one of my students. So we had to go south of restricted area 2910 here because it was active. It's an active Navy bombing range. So we just went south of the restricted area, avoided Orlando's airspace, and went straight towards Daytona. This is the usual route that we take. So I'm pretty familiar with this route. I fly it almost every day. The actual door pop occurred about 10 miles southwest of DeLand, around here. And in the Bonanza, it's on the right side. The only door to the front of the airplane's on the right side. So that's where the door popped open. So when the door popped, everybody in the airplane was obviously startled, and my friend in the front right seat, being the most startled, as the door is right next to him, immediately took control of the door. He grabbed the door, tried closing it, which, as many of you know, you can't actually close the door, and I took control of the airplane. My friend was flying at the time, and I immediately took controls and verbalized my controls. I established that we were going to DeLand. I verbalized, hey guys, DeLand's right in front of us. I have it in sight. We're going to make it straight in for runway 5. That was my initial plan. I was going to check the winds and the pattern to make sure everybody was using 5, which they happened to be using at the time, which worked out perfectly. My friend in the back, who is a CFI, immediately gave me the frequencies for DeLand, which he found on his iPad, which I found extremely helpful because I'm trying to fly the airplane. My friend in the front right seat is trying to hold the door. My friend in the back started to grab the door as well, and they both worked together to keep the door closed, and we came into land at DeLand. During this time, my friend in the front right seat unplugged his mic as his mic was picking up all of the air coming into the airplane, and he thought it would be best to unplug his mic so that I could focus, which I really appreciated, but it also meant I couldn't talk to him, and in this situation, I most definitely wanted to talk to him just to make sure he was doing okay and that he wasn't too stressed or too scared, so I could help try and calm him down. He was doing really fine. I was really happy. Nobody in the airplane was scared. Everybody handled it amazingly. But I did ask him to plug his mic back in so I could talk to him. So my friend plugged his mic back in, and we made our straight-in final for 05 at DeLand. We got on the ground, we cleared the runway. I told him to close the door, please, and I asked everybody if they were okay, if they were ready to go back to Daytona. So we took off from DeLand, flew inbound to Daytona. Everything was fine. I told him the door might pop again. You never know with the Bonanza. And then we're on final for 07 left, this runway right here into Daytona, and the door pops again. This time they knew how to handle it, and they handled it perfectly. They held the door semi-closed. I let Tower know that we had a door pop and that we might be on the runway for a minute, which we didn't actually end up being. We just landed, got off the runway, and then assessed the door situation then so that we're not sitting on the runway at Daytona. Once we were shut down and on the ground at Daytona, I asked the FBO if we could borrow some tape to help seal the door. So what had happened is the actual sealant that goes across the top and edges of the door had come loose, and it was hanging down from the ceiling of the airplane, and there was air from the outside getting in between the door and the inside of the airplane. So we actually just taped that sealant back up and into position, and I flew back to Leeward. I didn't have any door pops on the way back. We figured out the sealant was the problem, and since the incident, I've talked to other Bonanza owner-operators, and they say that is indeed the problem. That sealant falling down will cause that door to pop open. I just wanted to make this video because I thought my friends did a really good job. I thought it was really good crew resource management, and I thought everybody can learn from it. They handled a stressful situation very well. Nobody was scared from the door pop, and one of my friends actually remarked that it was similar to flying the Cub without a door on. I just want to make this video so that you guys know if you guys ever have a door pop, it's not the end of the world. You should really practice it with a CFI in the right seat so that you can see what it's like. The airplane does handle a little bit differently, and I was really fortunate to have my friends along. I've had the door pop on me when I was flying single and solo, and I just landed. It's not a big deal. Maybe if you're IFR, it's a different story, but VFR at around 4,000 feet, just find your nearest airport and land. Thanks, guys. If you liked the video, please share it or subscribe to my YouTube channel.